Premier, the town of Wilcannia in outback New South Wales is one of the most disadvantaged in New South Wales, if not Australia. Life expectancy for the predominantly Aboriginal population there is, for men, is 37, for women it's 42, which is one of the worst outcomes in the developed world. Currently, the broken weir is upstream of town. The weir in Wilcannia is upstream, meaning the river is either a miserable trickle or dry through town. For decades, the town has been asking for a new downstream weir to be built to provide them with a weir pool for swimming, fishing, recreation, cultural purposes, and even some small-scale irrigation for vegetables. Your government has completed a feasibility study but has not committed the $10 million to build the new weir. Given the New South Wales budget is $45 billion in surplus, given the government...
It's not quite that amount.
Well, it might as well be. You're in surplus for thousands of millions of dollars. Given the government is willing to spend $1.6 billion on a stadium upgrades, will you commit to funding the Wilcannia weir for the disadvantaged community of Wilcannia, for the Barkindji people, for the river people of Western New South Wales?
Well, Mr Buckingham, firstly I say I regret that you're clearly across the issue more than I am, but I say this, I'm relieved that our government has taken a feasibility study. That often means that we've identified a problem but also an opportunity. So it means we've done the work, and I will take that on board and consult with the relevant minister on the prospects of that occurring. But I'm relieved that there's been a feasibility study. That often means that the relevant minister or the relevant government agency has identified an opportunity, that we've invested funds to actually look at the situation, and I'll take that on board.
Are you aware, Mr Premier? Regarding the Wilcannia weir, your Minister Blair, Noel Blair, has stated in Parliament regarding the weir that the feasibility study has been done, but the cost-benefit analysis and Treasury have recommended the proposal doesn't stack up. Minister Blair, to his credit, has said that there are other issues, considerations and benefits of the proposal that should be considered. Premier, will you knock heads together and get the weir built?
Jeremy, you raise an interesting point, and that is sometimes with, and I made local infrastructure priority when I became Premier. I said that yes, we've got a lot of major projects on the go, and I'm extremely proud of that. Extremely proud of our government's record in being the infrastructure capital of Australia, and indeed our region in many ways. But I also said when I became Premier that I wanted to focus on local infrastructure. That is why one of the things we are looking at more generally, and I hope this gives you a degree of comfort, is sometimes when local infrastructure projects come for consideration, they might have a very or a lower business case than other projects because they're looked upon specifically to that town, whereas they might have a regional benefit. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at opportunities, and often, and understandably, a country town might say to us, but if you fix my freight hub, I can actually support the entire region. You shouldn't just look at the impact or the business case to my town. You should look at the entire region. So, you know, I am probably one of the hardest ones when it comes to making sure projects go through the proper assurance, that they all stack up. But we are looking at opportunities to make sure that we're not missing the boat when it comes to the regional benefits of a project. So that's a general comment I will make about really in rural and regional communities, we do need to look at the regional benefits, not just the benefits to that town, which is what the traditional business cases do. And that stacks up in the cities where you've got scale, but it doesn't stack up necessarily elsewhere. So again, I would not in any way want to compromise the integrity of the processes we have in place, but I do concede that in some exceptional circumstances, if there are regional benefits which aren't captured by that business case, that government should look at those regional benefits. Now, I'm not specifically close enough to the project you talk about to give you any commitments here, but I said in my previous response to you that I would raise the fact that you raised it with me with the relevant minister. He's obviously across the brief more readily than I am. So I will raise that with him. But just wanted to use this opportunity to make a general statement about the need for us in rural and regional New South Wales to make sure we're not ignoring the regional benefits that come from the opportunities that some projects offer. I'll just ask if my secretary wants to say anything more on that, or whether...
Oh, no, I think you've covered it. I mean, I think the only thing I would say is that the government recently announced significant regional funds for local infrastructure. Some of those funds are allocated on a per region basis, so it's not in a sense, a beauty contest across the whole state, and that gives greater prospects in this area with particular need in local communities. So I think in that conversation with the Minister, the existence of those funds would also be something that had to be considered.
Okay, thank you.